Hey guys, welcome to this week's weekly roundup. And if you have no idea what weekly roundup is, it's every Saturday night. I take all the makeup from previous Sunday to today, Saturday night, and we go over all the makeup that I use that end up in my drawer. And if I have like any comments or whatever. Anyways, first things first, Lawless Forget the Filler. This one's in Juicy Watermelon. I have several Lawless glosses. This is the first one that I have where it actually has a scent that's different than the others. Like this one actually smells like watermelon. Doesn't taste like it. And just like the others, I like it. I even like the color. I do have one or two Lawless glosses where the color doesn't really suit me. I did get rid of one. And I think I still have the other one. But I don't know. I like it. This really makes me want to get the cherry one, which I've been eyeballing. But there's a couple like strawberry ones. I wouldn't mind getting one of those, not all three. Anyways, so far so good. It feels the same on the lips as all the other Lawless Forget the Fillers. This week I've used 3 of the new Morphe palettes. So these are the 9? No, not 9. Let me see. I might be wrong. Okay, these are the new 12-pan palettes that Morphe came out with. They came out with 4 palettes. I purchased 3 because I knew the 4th one I wasn't going to use it because it's pretty colorful. Sorry. I know. I mean, I need to see. But the light is glaring off my glasses. Apologies. Not really because I need them to see. Rose Frequency. I used this one today and I think out of the 3, this one's my number 1 favorites. This one is not stripped this color. This turns to like a yellow gold depending on the lighting. It's pigmented, very pretty. You're not gonna get indie brand quality, so don't compare Morphe to like, if you have indie brands, don't compare it to that. Just see Morphe palettes as it is. It's like an everyday palette, streamline makeup. Okay, it's good, pigmented. The second one, my second favorite one, is this one here, Flickering Sands. Also pigmented. There's no shifty shade in this one that I could tell right off the bat. So far it's only one shade in this one. But again, this is a good everyday neutral palette if you're looking for one, especially one that's affordable. Just again, keep in mind, because a lot of people are on the indie brand train, myself included. Try and keep the indie eyeshadow palettes separated from the rest. Otherwise, you're always going to say, this sucks, this is no good. No, it's good. You just need to, you got to separate the indie brands from streamlined brands. And then this one's my third favorite. We only have 3. Moonstone. And yeah, this one also does not, well, does it? No, I don't think any of these ones shift. But I used this one yesterday, and also very pretty. It's Morphe quality. I think I like these ones better than the other Morphe palettes that I have in my drawer. I think I like the quality of these ones better than these ones. So here I have Shade Thrower, although I would say Shade Thrower is quite close, almost close to the formula of these ones. Not spot on, but it's close to the same formula. That being said, this one here is also pretty decently new. And these ones definitely seem to me to be more pigmented than these two here, which is Truth or Bear and then Nude Ambition. These are still pigmented, but I think these ones play much better. And then this is what Truth or Bear looks like. Yeah, don't sleep on Morphe. I'm still a fan of Morphe. I will not be getting rid of any of my Morphe palettes. Anyways, that's just a rundown of these. They're pigmented. They're pretty easy to work with. Yeah. Alright, what else do we have here? Huda, Easy Bake, and Snatch. I've been using this for the past, 2 weeks now, and I do like it. It's not cakey or anything. I just use a big fluffy brush and put it where I want it. I feel like it looks like it's hitting, like it has hard pan on it, but the brush is still picking it up, so As long as my brush still picks it up, it's fine. But, yeah. Will I repurchase this one? I'm undecided. There are other powders that I also want to try out, but I'm trying to just do like 1 or 2 at a time. So far, though, I do like that powder. This, I only used it today. It came in a boxy charm. It's the Lovecraft and Beauty Planetary Precision Brow Duo. One side's like a liner, which I don't really use. I did use it this morning to go through my brows, and then the other end is a very, very skinny pencil. I like it. It's not something that I am not going to repurchase this. Like I said, I got it from the Ipsy box. I'll use it up. But, yeah. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I've never used a eyebrow thing like this before. And I did hear that NYX has a really good one. So if I wanted to really dabble in that kind of a brow product, NYX would be probably one for me to check out. We have Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. Shine Control Locks and Makeup Quick Dry Oil Free. This is what I used today for setting spray. You folks can be the judges. My makeup's still on. Surprisingly, even though I didn't really do a good job cleaning up my mascara this morning, but my eyeshadow in that, even though it looks a little slightly dulled down, it's all still there. Blush is still there. Foundation's off, like in this area. I do not, to my eyes, I don't look matte. I look shiny, which is fine with me because I have super dry skin, so I don't mind looking shiny. And the mascara that I used today, I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, I don't think this kept me matte. Not that I was looking to be matte, but at the same time, I did want like a little bit of matteness in here, and I feel like I can still just see the shine on me, no problem. Like, alright, the mascara I used today, again, it's new to me. I got it in my Ipsy box. The Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Platinum. Yeah, we're probably going to play around with this for a bit. I do have a couple of other mascaras that are new, because I have some that are empty, so they're in my empties basket, and then I think I have a couple that are on their last legs. This one's a new one that's open. I do have 2 other new ones, but we'll be playing around with this one for a bit, and then maybe one of the other ones. Patrick Ta, I will repurchase. Well, possibly. I have several of the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream to Powder blushes. I really do like them. I like the convenience. I like the colors. Very pigmented, so you do need to go in light-handed. Yes, I have you guys down here. I don't have you on my tripod right now. There are a couple of shades that I will repurchase. This one I'm undecided. It's going to depend on how often I grab for this one. Because for blush, I usually go for like neutral, natural, like mauve blushes over pink. But I do like this for one of the pink blushes that I do have in my collection. Brow pencil. We have Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. I do have this on my foundation today, and I possibly would consider buying this. My friend Chris sent me this. I do like it, but I think I still want to go back and get one more bottle of the Say Super Glowy Gel, because that's one of my favorites for underneath foundation. I just really like the glow that gives. This is also very nice. I would consider buying one. We have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow 24-hour fresh wear. Not fresh wear. Or just 24-hour foundation. We're down there. Just like with the e.l.f. one, we're down to the nitty-gritty. I have a few more uses in here. If I can find the shade on Amazon, I will repurchase another one of these. I do like it, especially for my dry skin. It's very nice. The Milani Stay Matte Bronzing Powder. I will repurchase this when it's gone. Just like with several products, some things take forever to go through. But this is a nice, lightweight, buildable foundation. And I don't find it to be completely matte. It says silky matte. I find it to be a satin matte. Because I find it does leave a sheen on my forehead, which I like. We have the NYX, the Brow Glue. I will repurchase that when it's gone. If you guys have another suggestion for a brow glue that has a tint to it, let me know. Milk Makeup. This is one of those highlighter sticks. The one I have is in Lit. I've only used this today, so I can't really speak on it. It's nice. I will use this up just the same way that I used the NARS, the Multiple in Copacabana. Cabana. Yeah, it's nice. Like, again, I've only used it today. I did also got that in a Ipsy BoxyCharm. We have the Morphe, the cream bronzing stick. So I've been using this for what, every day this past week. I like it. To me, it works exactly the same as the Rare Beauty one, which I think I might have used this week too. I don't know. This week I didn't use as many products this week. Because I kept reaching for this. I kept reaching for like certain products just so I could keep using them. Yeah. If you want to save some money, I'd say go buy the Morphe one. Not the same formula, but they do the same thing. It blends just as nicely and easily as the Rare Beauty one. It stayed put, like, you know. So yeah. If you want to save a few bucks, go try that one. Okay. Then we have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer for eyes and face. I have this underneath my eyes today. Today's my first time using it. And I don't normally wear concealers. I don't know. I like it. Do I see creasing? I did have creasing early on this morning. No, I feel like some of it is kind of wiped away. Especially like closer up to my lash line. But I mean, I've had my makeup on for what, 10 hours? Almost 12 hours. So I think for that long of a time, I mean, the makeup's held up pretty good. Anyways, time will tell if this is like a kind of product that I'm into. I don't know. And then we have the Morphe. This is an under eye corrector. And yeah, put this on before foundation or after, and so far I like it. It definitely brightens up the under eyes. All right, Tower 28, the gloss. This one's in pistachio. This one's almost gone. It's down to here. I have a backup of this one and a couple others. I probably, as long as they sell the Tower 28 glosses, I will repurchase them. I do like them. LYS Skin Loyalty Natural Finish. I have one of these, not in my Sephora cart, but in the wish list, because I do want to repurchase this. I do like it. I don't find it matte, but I also don't find it glowy. It's whatever foundation or skincare that I have on that is glowy, this still allows some of that to pop through. Benefit Roller Lash. I know for a fact that this is a mascara that I said, save your money and just get the e.l.f. one. And I still stand by that because it's pretty much almost identical. Obviously a different formula. But I used this a couple of times this week. There was one day where I did my makeup but didn't record. I used it and then I used it the next day. I do like this mascara. But for what it is and for what it does, I do think you should save your money and go get the one from e.l.f. or even the Revlon Full-Time Color Stay. That one's pretty similar. I'm talking about like the brush. The Essence Lash Like a Boss, similar brush. Tower 28, I think, is more affordable than this one. They have that mascara that everybody raves about. I did have that one, and I don't remember my thoughts on it. I feel like I didn't really like it because it was a tubing mascara. But that's before I really understood like the whole tubing mascara thing. But yeah, I feel like so there's cheaper alternatives. Now, if you only wanted like one mascara, maybe go get that one. But again, there's cheaper alternatives to mascaras that are quite similar. These I will repurchase. We have the Huda Beauty Faux Filler in Bombshell. This one is down to here. No, maybe it's about to here. I will repurchase this one in this shade. And I also have the shade Posh. I will repurchase that one. Not everybody likes these. I like them. I like how they feel and look on my lips. I like the colors. And then the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm Lip Treatment. I will also repurchase this one. Probably like one of the shades they have. This is the original. Again, it's just... to me, they're very nice lip products. They don't dry my lips out. If you don't dry my lips out, chances are I'll repurchase you. Especially if you're a shade I like. We have the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. And yeah, for a dewy setting spray, I already have a backup of this one. It's good. Definitely leaves you glowy. I didn't think it left me glowy, but it definitely does. Here's another Patrick Ta blush I use this week. Not too much. This is one of the ones I definitely will repurchase when I use it up. It's a good one. Rimmel Brow Pro Micro in Soft Brown. This one's empty, so it's going to go in my empties basket. But we all already know. I have backups of that already. That's my current favorite eyebrow pencil. We have an e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil. This is a glimmer finish, and this one's in Princess Cut. I have several of the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils, the shimmer ones, the normal ones. Will repurchase whether I get this shade or other shades, but I like them. e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I swear there's like there could only be like 2 more uses max in here, but I do have a backup of this one. This one's a favorite of mine. Again, not everyone's favorite, but it is mine. It looks nice on the skin. What can I say? Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. I preferred the mini when I had the mini. And I do like the full size. But part of me wants to go back and get the mini again and see. Because I don't know why. I feel like the mini one was really good. Same with the Milk Makeup one. Came so close to ordering the full size Milk Makeup Kush mascara. But I went and took a screenshot of the full-size wand, and then I took a screenshot of the mini wand. Completely different wands. So, if I get that one, I'll probably buy a mini. Or maybe they have like one that's bigger than the mini, like a travel size. Because why would I buy the full-size when the full-size brush is completely different than the mini? And then somebody mentioned, oh, just use the mini brush in the full-size. Yeah, you could definitely do that. But a mini brush is mini, so it's not going to do me any good inside a full-size tube, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not going to go down like it would if it was a full-size. In theory, it would be good, but it won't work. A lot to say. I think we'll see. I'm going to see if I can find the photo of the mini of this one and compare it to the full-size one. But I do know I really like the mini of that one. I'm undecided if I'm going to repurchase that one again. We have the L'Oreal Lumi Lotion. I'm not going to repurchase this. It's a nice product. I'll use it up. It's down to here. It's nice. I don't think it's anything fantastic, though. I still prefer the Say Super Glowy Gel. Then we have the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil and Barely Blushing. I have a couple of these blushes, and this is the one that I would repurchase. It's like a good everyday blush, and it's buildable and blendable. This is like a what do you call those, like, weight things, like for the bookends or whatever, paperweight. This is the ABH Glow Seeker highlighter in the shade Ethereal. Not going to repurchase it because it's going to take forever. Now, if it didn't take forever to use a highlighter, I 100% would repurchase this one because it's glowy. It's not sparkly, not glittery. It's glowy, and I like it. Here's the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. Yes, I would repurchase this because it's really good. But with that being said, if I want to save money on makeup, maybe I'll just stick with Morphe or another brand. Who knows? We don't always have to spend a lot of money on products because there are other products that are just as good for better. But yes, I would repurchase this one. Will I? I don't know. Because I'm using that Morphe one right now and it is nice. Sephora Love the Lift mascara. This is another one. Again, this is more affordable than the Benefit one. Like, the brush is very similar. I would repurchase this one. It's a good mascara, especially for every day. Then we have the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Contour Balm. I do like this one, but if I'm gonna choose between this or that, I'd rather... Where'd you go? Oh, this is a good song. Oh, where did you go, hey? Right here. I prefer the Sephora contour stick over the CoverGirl one. Price-wise, these are almost head-and-head, like neck-to-neck price-wise. But I just find the Sephora one's a lot smoother, a lot more creamy. It just slides a lot easier. Not by a whole lot, but I prefer the Sephora one over the CoverGirl one. Mind you, though, the CoverGirl one is still good. Don't sleep on it. But personal preference, if I'm going to choose, like, you could only have one, I would go for the Sephora contour stick. We have NARS blush. This one's in the shade Impassioned and it's matte. I would 100% repurchase this. I do like it a lot. Goes nicely with a lot of blushes I have, like cream and liquid. RMS Beauty Bohemian Girl blush, 100% would repurchase this. It's like a nice glowy, like all-in-one highlighty glowy blush. Really like them a lot. Should have got a drink. Oh well. Morphe Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil Powder. Definitely would repurchase this as long as they keep selling it. LYS has a new powder coming out that it's in their triangle shape, but I was looking at it and I was like, I wonder if it's going to be like a dupe or very similar to the Morphe, because if you go look at, I don't know if they're showing up on the Sephora site, but if you go on like Trendmood or whatever, they might have a sneak peek of the new LYS finishing powders. And the ones that they have the same kind of detail in them, where it's like multiple colors swirled together in the pan. So I'm curious if it's going to be a similar product to this. This is glowy, but without it being too glowy. And I say that because e.l.f. has, there are two powders. I have a loose powder and a compact powder. I'll just grab this one, but I have a loose powder that's pink from e.l.f. And then I have this one here, the Halo Glow Powder Filter. It's glowy, but I find this looks very metallic on my skin. This is glowy, but it doesn't look like this. Like, I'd rather this, the Morphe, over the e.l.f. I barely reach for this. I do want to use it up, though. Yeah, I would definitely buy the Morphe, but I'm definitely now curious about the LYS one. Actually, LYS has they have a couple of products that I have on my wish list I would like to pick up. Okay, we have NARS, the multiple. This is in Copacabana. Oh my. I didn't think I was using that much of this yet. That's what we got left. I will definitely repurchase this, and I will probably wait until... I mean, how fast... Can we see me using this up before next spring? Maybe, maybe not. I was gonna say maybe I'll get it this fall, but fall's literally around the corner. Maybe next spring during their VBI sale, I'll pick up another one of these, unless it goes on sale before then. But for a product like this, I'd rather have just this, I think, than multiple products that are similar. I don't know, I really like this NARS one. Say, Sunmelt Cream Bronzer. I find lately... Okay, would I repurchase this? Yes. That being said, the Makeup by Mario one, the soft scalp, like it looks like this. I do prefer that. That's a favorite. But I went through 2 of those so fast. So I'm switching to this, and this is very similar to it. You get way more product for about the same price. But what I've noticed lately is that I'm grabbing for stick bronzers instead. Now I know I'm testing this one out, but I'm starting to wonder, do I prefer my bronzer in a stick instead? Maybe. But would I repurchase this? Yes, because it is a very nice cream bronzer. And a little goes a long way, and it is buildable. If I have issues with anything, like I'll tell you guys, like, oh, it's cakey or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a day this past week where I thought my makeup looked pretty bad. Was it this week or last week? But I ended up fixing it. By the time, like, my whole face was done with spray and stuff like that, it ended up all looking nice and, like, melted into the skin. But, yeah. I would repurchase it. Will I? Time will tell when this is done. Because maybe by then I will have another favorite, or who knows, maybe I won't be into this kind of a product and I'll just be doing stick instead. Who knows? Okay, we have the Rare Beauty liquid highlighter. Like I said multiple times in almost every week that I've used this, this is a great product. I'll repurchase it in this exact same shade. But I think if I'm going to repurchase it, it would be a mini, because there's so much in here, it's going to take forever. And I don't use it every single day. Like, I try to use it a couple times a week. But, I mean, for me to use this up, it's going to take quite some time. So I think if you're interested in this, or you're planning on buying it, buy a mini. It is a good product. We have Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. This is a favorite. I will repurchase it, whether I get the deluxe like I have it here, or the full size. But again, I need to go look at the full size one to compare it to the mini, because well, this is a deluxe. Because if the full size one is different, then I'll just go buy another one like this. That's a favorite one of mine. Don't know why, I like what it does. We have an LYS blush stick in a bubbly. Will I repurchase this? No. Not because it's not good. It is good. One, this is so pigmented. When I say a little goes a long way, I mean, even just doing like a dot is too much. You want to put this on the back of your hand, I think. And then take your brush in and then go onto your cheeks. Very pigmented. Little goes a long way. The reason why I wouldn't repurchase it, I have this one in another shade, because they're colors that I don't use very often. They're very bright, very bold. They're very summery spring. Do I like them? Yes. But I'm not going to repurchase something when I know it's not like my go-to. So this is what this weekly roundup is going to help me with too. Realizing what I actually do like, what I actually do gravitate towards, what I prefer, what's favorites. What are some products that I do like, but I don't use them enough because they're not my go-tos. This is not a go-to Tamichi color at all. I don't know how much longer this one and the other one will stay, but for now they are, because they're good for spring and summer. I don't know if I'd recommend them though, because especially like for a beginner, definitely no. Like, no. You will look like a clown. They're so pigmented and and they're so bright that could turn into a mess very fast. And I don't know if they have light colors for these or not. Like, they're like, when I say they're bright, like, they're bright. They are pretty though. I hear fireworks. Very pretty though. But it's the kind of product where I would put it on the back of your hand first and then take a brush and go in. Do I recommend it though? No, I'm not. It's not a product I would recommend. It's so pigmented. Unless you're not scared of pigment. Alright. Next product is the Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, sorry, yes. All I have to say, it's nice. It's a good product. I don't recommend it though, especially if you're scared of pigment. Because even on me, it could get very bit messy very quickly. You hear that, right?
Yeah, I do.
I hope it's fireworks. The Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. I prefer the bronzer in here over the highlighter, and I'm going to use this up. Not going to repurchase just because I have other bronzers and highlighters that I gravitate towards and use more. These are very nice. This is the kind of product that I would recommend to somebody who is a beginner in makeup. You want to know why? Because you cannot mess this up. These are so light, like they're very buildable. I don't think you could mess up this highlighter and bronzer at all. No, your pocketbook might say otherwise. Yeah, I would recommend it. This product, if you're someone who likes the barely there makeup, you like building your makeup up, like easy, effortless, like I don't know. For me, you cannot mess that up. It's not a product for me though, because like I said, I have other bronzers and highlighters that I gravitate towards way more. House Labs bronzer. This is the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in Soleil Sand. I would repurchase this when it's gone. I actually do like this bronzer, and I almost went ham. It's definitely very... It almost feels creamy, but it's very pretty and blendable and buildable. I do recommend it if it's in your budget. Don't go out and buy anything just because I recommend it either. If it's not within your means or budget, I could pause it. It is, right?
Sounds like it.
It sounds like it, but you're not sure?
I'm never sure.
It's too boom, 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 boom for it to be anything other than fireworks.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of big ones there. So yeah, they're different. But why it's going on, I don't know.
And it seems like it keeps getting closer.
No, it's not. It's just louder ones.
What direction is it coming from?
Somewhere up north.
Huh. I remember one time I called the cops a couple of years ago. Like we were down below our beds, and that had the kids get away from all the windows and stuff. And apparently there was other reports put into, because what we heard, we weren't sure what the heck it was because it was too spaced apart. So the cops told us to like listen to like how fast and close or far apart the sounds were popping. Anyways, ended up being fireworks, but I don't know what kind of fireworks they were. Yeah, that's what happens when you live in a city, because we do have shootings out here. But that's definitely fireworks. Nothing's going on. It's been storming all day.
Yeah, I know.
They're probably celebrating because the rain stopped and it never flooded. Alright, let's continue. Morphe. Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio. This one's in the shade After Party. I do like this. I have this one and another one. I think the other one I probably shouldn't have bought, if I'm being honest with you. Do I like it? Yes. But this one's pretty darn pink. Is it pinker than the... I think if I'm going to like choose between this one and the Patrick Ta one, I would pick the Patrick Ta one because it's pink, not because of like the formula or whatever. I don't need multiple pinks. I'm going to use this up, but I definitely did not need this one because it's pink, and I already have the Patrick Ta one that's pink. This one, no, I would definitely repurchase. This is a good one. This is like a nice everyday. This is the one called After Party, the shade After Party. You get like a cream. This one's like a highlighty cream, no shimmer or glitter, and then a powder. Very pretty, great for every day. I have a coworker who's been trying to get her hands on this one for like the past month. And I'm like, oh yeah, hopefully you get it. Yeah, I do recommend this one. If you wanted one of the Patrick Ta ones, I'd say save your money, go get one of the Morphe ones. Again, not because there's nothing wrong with the Patrick Ta ones, but stuff's expensive, okay? And then not only that, but you get an extra shade in here, an extra product in here. So just say no Patrick Ta, go get Morphe. Save yourself some money. Because the Morphe, like, to me, sometimes I can't really tell a difference. If I put it on my face and it blends and it looks nice and it lasts just as long, then yeah, I'll recommend it. Why wouldn't you? Just because something's more expensive doesn't mean it works better. Sometimes, you know, that might be the case, but I haven't really come across anything where I'm like, wow, this works way better. Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. During the last VIB sale, I bought this one and then the other, so I bought the first two palettes. Do I regret buying them? Yes. Do you want to know why? They're nothing special. You're paying for the name, you're paying for the packaging. I do like the packaging, but I have these mattes 100 times over, and then these shimmers, they're nice, but they don't do nothing fantastical. I definitely would not recommend you to run out and buy one of those. His palettes are like the same price as an indie palette. I honestly, if you had the money, I'd say go buy an indie palette that you've been really wanting over the Patrick Ta. But make sure it's a color story you would use. Adept Cosmetics. Again, there's nothing wrong with the formula of that. But for what it is, it's like, Tammy, you shouldn't have. This is the Adept. I think it's the Minka palette. I'm not going to repurchase this because this is one of those things, you know, I bought it. I'm going to enjoy using it. It's very pretty. Do I regret buying it? No. Definitely my color story. This is one though where like I would bring in a palette like this or another palette that has some neutral mattes in it. So I can like start out my look and finish my look. Some people are fine starting out their look with like these colors, but sometimes I can do that. But for the most part, I prefer to have like a couple of neutral shades to finish out my look. I really do like this one. I don't urge anybody to go out and get this. One, it's expensive. Two, look at what you already have. Like with everything that I show in my weekly roundup videos for like the makeup I use throughout the week, I definitely encourage you to look at what you already have and see if you have anything similar. I definitely like don't need any of this. I have it. I'm gonna use it up and enjoy it though. But yeah, that's a good palette. And I don't regret getting it. I semi-regret buying this Ensley Ring Glow palette because I did change mine up. I've already showed in a couple of videos what I did, but some of the original matte shades that came in here, I took them out and I put other mattes in here from another Ensley Ring palette. I like how this looks now. So if it was originally like this, I wouldn't regret it, but I regret getting it because I took out like 5 shades, I think. Was it 5? Maybe it was only 4. No, I took out 5. No, I took out 6 shades from... I took 6 shades out of here and put them in another palette. And actually, no, you know what? No, it was only 5. Because one of the other... Yeah, it was just 5 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Anyways, this is definitely one that I did not need. As very pretty as this is, I like it mostly for all the shimmers that are in here. Because all the mattes, I already have these tones. Expensive as heck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Ansley Reign's one of my favorite brands. I did not have to get this one. It wasn't a need, it was more of a want, so I did get it. It's not my favorite palette from Ansley Reign. But definitely very pretty spring, summer. I love the shimmers. Whoa, what did I drop? This is one of those ones, look really hard at the color story. If this was on your wish list or whatever, don't be like me. Wait more than a couple of days or a week before buying something. Like really, really put thought into it. This palette, I want it forever, and I paid the price for it. It's Adept Cosmetics, the Amy Loves palette. And I don't love this palette, but I really, really like it. I find it weird to say I love my makeup. It just seems kind of weird. But I really, really like this palette. I like the shifts and stuff in here. This is another one. It's cool toned and it has neutral mattes in it, but they're all kind of dark for me starting and finishing my looks. So I do bring in other neutral mattes to use with it. This is one of those palettes where if you really wanted it, maybe ask for it for your birthday. It's at least if you're in Canada, this bugger is expensive. Anyways, would I repurchase this? No, it's expensive as heck. And, you know, I could live my life without it. I'm super happy, though, that I went ahead and did buy it. I'll use it up, enjoy it. Some palettes are meant to be here and, you know, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and then just go on with your day. Alright, so that's this week's weekly roundup. The video is still long because I chit-chat along the way. But, yeah, I didn't use as much makeup as previous weeks. Like, this week I just stuck to 2 foundations. I think mostly, though, using this one. Like, I went through quite a bit of this one. Trying to get these 2 used up. Hopefully, maybe this week, these will finally be gone. And I can put them in the empties bin. I am trying to, like, empty things as well. I don't want to just have stuff sitting here, not being used. And, you know, if you're buying makeup, use it. Don't be like, oh, I don't want to run out of it. No, run out of it. Run out of it. You're paying for it. Don't let it go to waste. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me. Going over this week's weekly roundup. I think I lost the cap off this. I'm going to put all this away. And then tomorrow, it's a new week. I have no work tomorrow. So I'm like debating. I do know that I need to do some reorganizing, decluttering some stuff. I'm not going to record that. There's several palettes that I want to use, but we'll see. I'm going to look at my work schedule. Because I try to keep, I don't know, I don't have to, but depending on what time of my work shift is, I tend to do the funner looks, more out there looks, if I'm working later in the day or I have a day off. And then like early shifts, I tend to do like more basic, neutral, easy eye looks. Anyways, until tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you like this kind of video. I mean, whether people like it or not, I'm going to record it. Alright, until tomorrow, have a good night.